Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Low Expectations Podcast 2021,
Trademarked.
where your expectations will most certainly not be met. But with that, I am your host, JC, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Manny.
Hello, nobody. So today we've got a
Hello, nobody!
we got a very special episode. So we were just thinking about what we could do that would disappoint you even more, and we came up with answering would you rather questions.
Not just any would you rather questions. This page is literally called 71 of the most ridiculous would you rather questions, only to disappoint us, our families, our pets even. But most importantly,
Anybody with ears?
most importantly, anyone with ears. Really, anyone that see this will continue to be more and more disappointed.
All right, so let's not keep them waiting any longer. Let's go ahead and let's just get into this. So number one's a real banger. So I'll ask you this one first. Would you rather have finger-sized nipples or nipple-sized fingers?
God, there's a lot to consider here.
Because I mean, if I'm putting my fingers on my nipples, I mean, I'm basically gonna be able to shoot a finger gun at you.
That's right.
But if my fingers are as small as my nipples, I'm not going to be able to do anything with those.
You're not going to be able to do anything with those, no. I like being able to do the normal things that I do. I feel like I could deal with finger-sized nipples. It would be a real conversation starter.
And you could always, I mean...
Wait a minute.
Are they always erect?
You could beat me right to it, man. I always want to say, are they normally... Or are they finger-sized when they are soft?
Let's just say for our purposes, they're finger-sized when they're soft.
Okay.
But still, when they're soft, they're very movable. You can just tuck those bad boys into a bra.
Yeah, you could.
I mean, are you going to get
bra.
Weird looks from people when you are a man walking with a bra?
Absolutely.
Yes.
You're never going to the beach. Swimming, forget about it.
How are you going to tell a significant other?
How are you going to sleep with anybody? When you just pull your shirt off and you've got just honking nipples.
Now, hear me out. If you're not very endowed down there,
Okay.
what happens if your finger-sized nips are bigger than your penis? Are you banging a girl with your nips?
I suppose in the most dire of situations, if that was your situation, I suppose it's possible. I mean, it might be weird.
You think? Are you going to get pleasure out of that? Because, I mean, the significant other might, but...
The significant other might.
And are they going to think anything when you're sitting there and you're, like, chinning their ass? When you're just chin blasting their fucking asshole?
They're getting pleasure from the rear, but they're getting that gnarly chin into their lower back. They have scoliosis, they're done.
And I mean, you're shouldering their ass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just like a nice little like pace. You're shoulder tackling them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're hitting them like an NFL linebacker every 2 seconds.
Freaking Mike Singletary, man.
But I'm still gonna have to go with finger-sized nipples.
I'm gonna have to agree with you because I appreciate my normal sized fingers, and I'm not willing to give that up.
How would I be able to rub my nipples if I had nipple-sized fingers?
How would you beat off?
You'd have to be really flexible. The only way you could do it is just you'd suck it.
You have to do it with the nubs of your hand.
I mean, you'd have to put your hand. You'd have to sandwich your dick between your hands.
You ever see people swinging a kettlebell?
Yes.
It's kind of that motion.
How are you gonna lift weights? You're gonna have to lift everything like a fucking pizza.
You can't. They'd be great waiters. No, I take that back. They'd be great taking the food out.
Yeah, I mean they're not.
If they ask for a drink,
you know how they're gonna drop it off the table? They're just gonna turn their hand up. For those of you that can't see, which is every single one of you listening to this, basically what I did was I took my hand and I set it flat, and then I just turned it 90 to fucking degrees. That's how they're gonna drop the food off at the table.
All the food's gonna come crashing down onto your table. Your party's gonna be ruined.
And I mean, what are you gonna complain about that? Because, I mean, I feel like that's not a managerial issue. I mean, there's probably a few Karens that are going to go to a manager.
You complain about that, that becomes a discrimination issue.
Mhm.
In these sensitive times,
Because
you take...
You can't discriminate against somebody
Absolutely not.
with nipple-sized fingers.
You might...
I mean, that's basically a disability.
You might have a bit of a hydration issue throughout throughout your stay, throughout your fine dining experience. You might not get a drink at all.
How are I don't think eating food would be that difficult. You can just palm everything, double palm.
Really good. Yeah.
So that's not. I mean, we've taken care of that issue.
Yeah, you can. I mean, there are jobs that you could feasibly do.
Now I'm trying to think. Would I be able to open a door? I mean, actually, yeah, that'd be probably pretty easy, unless the door handle's not wide enough for your fucking palm to get into, and then you're kind of fucked.
How are you supposed to unlock that door?
Because those nipple-sized fingers, they're not going to be big enough to pull that door open.
Oh no, absolutely not.
How are you going to be able to hold your keys?
I know. You can't hold your key. You can't. I mean, you better hope you have a spouse or some sort of caregiver, because if you're just alone,
or a husband. Let me just make that clear. We don't discriminate here. Whoever is willing to marry you with nipple-sized fingers, they deserve an award.
Oh, absolutely. If they are willing to wait on you hand and foot all day long because you can't do anything with your hands, you can't feed yourself without making a fool out of yourself.
I mean, you could feed yourself, but you're not going to be able to prepare that
It's
meal.
going to be remarkably inefficient.
You're just going to have to set it down on the table and take one for the
It's just
video.
going to be like a shovel.
The waiter or waitress is just going to set down the food on your table, and you're just going to have to go...
Peck at it like a bird.
Your significant other's going to have to regurgitate it into your mouth. They're going to have to vomit that into your mouth. So, I think in short, basically, I'm taking finger-sized nipples.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with that too.
Alright, so let's move on to another one here. This one is really just a... You know what really just goes to... We were on like a 2, and this just cranks up to like a 12.
Right.
Okay. Would you rather eat chocolate-flavored shit or shit-flavored chocolate? Now, I think this one's a pretty easy one here. I'm going to have to go with chocolate-flavored shit. Because, I mean, it's just going to taste like chocolate.
But, well, eating the feces, chocolate-flavored feces, will that have the same, like, effect as eating crap? Because can't you get, like, E. coli or something, some disease from eating?
I think you're overthinking this. They're expecting low. They have low expectations. Let's not be smart about this.
You're right. I'm gonna have to second.
You know what? I'm gonna just switch it up. I'm eating shit flavored chocolate.
I want to see what it tastes like.
I'm curious because how much of this do I have to eat?
Look, just because we have low expectations, that doesn't mean we get curious. We don't get curious at this podcast.
I mean, these are the hard hitting questions.
These are great questions.
Do I have to nibble the end of it?
I mean, no, you one-throat it.
You one-throat the whole thing?
You one-throat. You might not taste it at that point if you're just sitting there one-throating a chocolate bar.
And now, is this shit? Is this diarrhea, or are we talking nice solid?
You could have this in liquid form.
Okay.
This is however you want it.
If it's in liquid form, it would just look like chocolate.
You just got to think about this. Chocolate can be served in any form. Fudge is normally pretty solid. Well, no, actually, I take that back. Candy bars are probably the most solid way you can have chocolate, I think. Fudge is normally kind of soft, I think, because I see people like cutting into it. It doesn't seem like they're putting any effort into it. And then you have like chocolate syrup, right? So,
can I have this with other things as well? Like, what am I gonna be?
If you want to dip an ice cream cone in it. And have a solidified chocolate crusted cone like they do at the old-fashioned hot dog joints. Or if you want to dip this stuff in strawberries, or dip strawberries in it.
I'm allergic to strawberries, so
right.
I'm going to do that one.
Yes, you do that one. See what happens. Have some kiwi as well.
Some nanas. Not the fruit, but the old woman.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just move on for that one.
Sorry, babe.
So the next good question here is Would you rather shit on someone or have someone shit on you? Now we're really getting into the hard-hitting questions here. I'm gonna have to shit on someone.
This isn't even in a debate.
I mean, because it's disgusting, yes, but I'd rather be the one shitting than the one receiving.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because...
Is it demeaning for the recipient? Yes.
Maybe it's their kink.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean...
Could be. They
Who
could
are
be
we
into
to
it.
judge?
We don't judge.
We don't judge around here.
I don't discriminate.
We don't discriminate. We are accepting of all people as long as you click that subscribe button. Because if not, you're a filthy fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Filthy, filthy fuck.
Get a life.
And somebody needs to check you out.
And some hobbies.
Mm.
Go see a doctor.
Go watch a TV show. But I hope you dislike it and it disappoints you immensely.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, dude. I'm sorry to go off there. So basically, I'm just shitting on someone.
Oh, I'm going to have to agree with you there.
I'm dropping a chocolate dragon on somebody's chest.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay, who left the mud monkey in the urinal?
I need to run to the restroom.
Oh, that was bad.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, I'm getting a little sidetracked there.
Excuse us.
It's from one of the greatest TV shows of all time. It's called South Park.
Shout out South Park. We know you're watching.
If you're listening to this,
Which we know you are.
because we're basically world famous.
Basically.
I mean, what? Let's just check the channel.
Let's just get a quick update.
I mean, what's that? 48.
A real-time update.
Oh my God, 49 total views.
Are you kidding me?
49 total views and 6 likes. We're basically famous.
Basically.
We're worldwide.
I need my cut. YouTube, come on.
Come on, YouTube. I know it says I need 1,000 subscribers, but you're clearly making money off of me.
Absolutely.
So come on, get on that, Steve
Chop,
Jobs.
chop. Steve Jobs.
With that, let's just move on. So the next hard-hitting question we have here is: would you rather have sex with a hideously... Hold on, sorry. Sorry. Would you rather have sex with a hideously ugly person or a beautiful, fresh corpse?
Oh. There's no wrong answer to this.
There's no really right answer to this one either.
I don't really know how to answer this.
Now, does the hideously ugly person have a nice body, or is their body as ugly as their face?
No, it's just ugly all around.
They're just disgusting?
Yeah, we're just going to go with disgusting all around.
I'm going to have to fuck that beautiful, fresh corpse. I mean, it says fresh.
Let me... Okay, that was my question. How fresh?
It says
is
fresh.
So are we talking like...
It doesn't...
Just flatlined?
Yes. That's what I'm going to say.
Body still warm?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if you do CPR instead of being horny, you could probably bring it back.
You could. I mean, that would be that might be...
I mean, you might pound it so hard that they come back.
I was going to say that might be more effective than a defibrillator.
Defibrillator?
Defibrillator?
Defibrillator.
I don't know.
We speak the English around here.
Defibrillator?
The declaration.
The
diabetes.
The diarrhea. You know the guy that wrote the Declaration, white-haired guy, Clinton.
Come on, man.
The more you Joe.
Do, 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 do.
Come on, man!
Soda! Connoisseurs in the meme community know what we're talking about.
Obama.
Soda!
That might...
Sorry, we're getting too political around here.
Yeah. We try to avoid politics.
We try to avoid politics at all costs. Is soda political?
I feel like in the sense that we were just describing.
No, I feel like it's a meme.
No, that's just a meme.
It's just a meme?
That's the gray area that is, that we can operate in.
Okay. It's like we're getting pretty close to the no-fly zone, but I mean, we're pretty good. We're not in the military base yet.
Not yet.
We're not in their restricted area. But we're getting pretty close. So we're just gonna have to move on from this. We're fucking the corpse. Let's just be real here. We're rubbing one out to the corpse.
Gotta go with that.
I mean, there's really no wrong answer on that one.
There's no wrong answer. There's no right answer.
If you'd rather have a person that's alive, go for it. But, I mean, the corpse can't really talk back to you. So they can't really tell you, hey, that was only 15 seconds.
You can't really get an opinion. Hey, how did I do?
And I mean, it's gonna look good because their eyes are gonna be rolled in the back of their head.
So it's gonna have the appearance that hey, your performance is at least subpar.
I mean, and you better be a minute man too, because if you go any longer, it's gonna rid it's gonna shit and piss on you. There's just no other way to say it. So you better be quick with it.
Total defecation.
Total just elimination of the bladder and bowels.
Yes.
So you've got probably 3 solid minutes to enjoy it before you feel something a little wet.
3 minutes?
And then you're confused.
Nonsense.
Did I piss in there?
Mm.
You know what? It doesn't say her. I don't know why I'm describing it as her. This is just a beautiful, fresh corpse. Men can be beautiful. Other genders can be beautiful. You could be fucking anything you want to be. I mean, transgender. I don't really know any more genders, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not discriminating against other genders. I just am not educated enough on them. You know what? Now we're just getting political again.
Yeah, this is falling into that. It's falling above the gray area.
We're getting in the no-fly zone.
Yes, we're getting into.
Let's just bring it back around. Not to be political or anything, but what the fuck is chocolate?
Not to be political or anything, but I'm just trying to find out what oatmeal is.
The fuck is oatmeal? Sorry, we're getting in that no-fly zone. Let's just move on. Let's just drop it. Okay, would you rather go bright purple when embarrassed or sweat so much you soak your clothes? Now, does this imply that when you're embarrassed you sweat so much you soak your clothes? Because it just says, would you rather go bright purple when embarrassed or sweat so much you soak through your clothes? So
grammatically, that "or" is the I was trying to go complete a full-on English lesson, but normally there should be. I know, normally there should be a comma right there after embarrassed. Or would you rather go bright purple when embarrassed, or sweat so much that you soak your clothes? So it doesn't say you sweat so much as a result of being embarrassed. So I'm going to say that it's probably, when you're embarrassed,
anytime you have 1 drop of perspiration, you just soak your bollocks.
Just soak your clothes. This is a tough one.
I'm gonna have to go bright purple when embarrassed, because I don't really get embarrassed. I'm pretty okay with everything that happens with me.
You know me pretty well. You've seen you've seen the amount of sweat that has come off my
meat
body.
Sweat.
That meat
that upper lip sweat.
Dude, did you last night before we ended the podcast? Did you notice me getting?
I did not.
Sweatier.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't really look
when those prunes were starting working, and it was starting to,
it's starting to rumble.
It was starting to. I was starting to get a little sweaty right there.
Got the meat sweats going.
So with that being said, I think I'll have to go purple too, because I don't talk enough or put myself in enough situations to be embarrassed. So
we tend to just stay in the background.
Yeah.
And only when we're feeling dangerous do we do stupid stuff.
I'll play those odds.
I mean, I'll drop a quick yeah. I'll drop that one out in public.
But I'm not embarrassed by that at all.
No, I feel like that's more funny than embarrassing.
A quick yeah.
Especially now in the COVID era, when you got to wear a face mask, you can just drop a quick yeah. And they don't know who's talking to them.
They have no idea. Not a single person.
Bright purple's my answer for that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this one's banger too. And this one has got to be probably my favorite thus far. It's would you rather fart every time you laugh or burp every time you cry? And I think just for shits and giggles, I'm a fart every time I laugh. So every chuckle I have.
You're cracking rats a lot of times per day.
I mean, Kevin Hart would have me shitting.
Oh.
Kevin Hart's a funny dude.
I would only have to watch shows that make me laugh on the toilet, because once I laugh, I've fallen down laughing sometimes. It's happened before,
and that's understandable.
So if something's that funny that causes me to lose all balance and lose all ability to stand, I mean, imagine what my bowels will do to me if I laugh that hard. If that were the case.
You know what? I'm going to change my answer to burp every time I cry, because I haven't cried in years. Now, does my eyes watering? I have allergies. If my eyes start watering, is that considered a cry?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to burp every time I cry.
I'm going to go fart every time I laugh, just to keep it interesting. It's a real conversation starter.
And I feel like
on a date,
if I'm crying and if I start burping when I'm crying, I feel like I'm not going to be crying for too long. I feel like I'm gonna be
Just
laughing.
make yourself laugh, and then
Pretty. You know, I'm just gonna go with both. Is both an option? I'm just gonna take both of them. I want to shit and cry.
It'll just be a lot of that.
Let's keep it mature here.
Keep it mature.
We're trying not to lower their expectations even more. All right, so that one's not good. This one's actually a real question here. Would you rather have sex with someone with really bad BO or really bad breath?
I think this one can boil down to a lot of things.
Because I mean, you don't have to be looking in their mouth or facing their mouth.
You don't have. That was what I was going to say. You could be absolutely blowing her out from the back.
I mean, in the time that I last, I'm probably not going to be able to smell their BO.
My clothes won't be off at that point.
I mean, my penis may not get out of my underwear.
If she touches my leg,
if she looks at me,
the load size is maximum.
If I'm even in the room with a woman or a man,
I can't have any interaction with anybody ever. Okay.
If you talk to me, I'm coming. That's just all there is to it.
Oh.
How are you doing today? I made an in my pants. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Just a dab. Did you pee in your pants?
Are you pissing? Oh. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Sorry about that. I gotta go change real quick.
I've soiled my underwear. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I think I'd have to say really bad breath because you don't have to.
Yeah, you
be
don't
all
have
up
to
in their
face
face.
Bad BO is typically a full body thing.
No, that's a full body thing.
And especially because your excretion glands are in your junk and your armpits. So if you're pounding it, it's going to be around their junk.
Oh,
okay?
for sure.
So then your penis is going to smell like shit.
Ugh.
And I don't want that.
Oh, no, I don't want that either.
I mean, and if she tries to suck it with bad breath, I'm just be like, no thank you, I'll do it myself. Okay, that's all I needed you for.
You are relieved of your duties.
I'm going home now. See you tomorrow. I'm not even gonna ask her to suck it.
Oh God.
You know, but I'm still gonna have to go with bad breath.
I'm just gonna have her there for company.
I'm just gonna have her sit in the corner and watch.
I'm lonely.
Let's just move on. So this one's really just bad. So would you rather wear someone else's dirty underwear or use their toothbrush? Now you know what I'm gonna answer that question with. I'm wearing some soiled underwear.
You're gonna wear some soiled underwear?
I'm wearing some stanky underwear.
How dirty is dirty in this case?
I mean,
we're talking
skitties.
Because like after you wear something for a day, like you shower, like I shower at night. I put on my clothes, and that obviously that's the underwear that I will be wearing throughout the night
next day.
and the next day.
Yeah.
And I consider that dirty when I take my next shower and enter the dirty clothes it goes.
Yes.
So, if that's dirty, but no, what I'm saying is that's dirty to me. So now
I feel it's relative.
For this question, we're going to say dirty is skids.
We're gonna say skiddies.
We got skids in there.
Yeah, definitely got some skiddies going.
Oh.
I mean, we got some railroads.
Oh.
Chattanooga choo-choo in that damn thing. I mean,
it's Thomas the Tank Engine.
It's almost a turd in there, really. I mean, it's just a compressed turd.
It's like someone
and they're tidy whities.
A sneeze and they just squirted just a little bit in their pants.
They just shot a little bit out their ass.
Oh.
They just shot just a little bit out their ass. Just a little bit. Just enough to let you really know it's there.
Just a dab.
Just a pinch of shite.
Okay, so.
But I'm not using a toothbrush. I don't fuck with mouths. I don't drink after people. If people drink after me, that is from their drink. I don't like people's mouths.
Do I get to know the person whose toothbrush that I'm using? You don't?
No.
Oh, that's bad. For me personally, oh man. Every time I'm about to say toothbrush, I catch myself.
So hear me out. I feel like shit is shit, Is shit gross? Yes. But is my shit really any different than your shit?
Probably not.
I feel like it's all relatively the same thing. You know, we both eat a lot of chicken. You know, sometimes some beef. You know, fruits, vegetables, stuff like that.
It's a fairly similar diet.
A lot of protein.
A lot of protein. Heavy on the protein.
So, you know, I feel like, but I don't know if I'm going to be getting your underwear. But that still is not going to change my answer.
No, I think you've sold me.
Yeah.
I do believe you've sold me.
I mean, you don't. And so, the mouth, you could transmit diseases through the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think it's really hard to transmit diseases through your ass.
AIDS.
Now, I think that's sexually transmitted, okay? Now, I don't know if shitting on somebody is sexual. I mean, I'll take that back. It could be sexual for some people, but I don't know if it's how you sexually transmit things. So I'm gonna just have to say dirty underwear and live with it.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you there. I think you sold me. I was leaning toothbrush, but I think I've flipped.
Okay, so let's move on to this one. So would you rather not have sex for a year or have it every day of your life but not orgasm ever? I mean, I didn't have sex for the first 15 years of my life, so that's a pretty easy one. I mean, that's a pretty easy question to answer. I would did that for 15 years. So, you know, I'm just good. I mean, and fucking every day of your life but not orgasming?
I mean, what are you doing?
I mean, so hear me out. Can you bring yourself to orgasm without fucking? It just says not have sex for a year. It just says having sex but not orgasming ever.
Every day of your life.
Oh, it says but not orgasm ever. So you can't ever orgasm.
You can't ever. No, that changes everything.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with no sex for you.
Because I can still masturbate during that year.
Oh no, you definitely can.
Yeah, because masturbation isn't sex. Is it a sin? Maybe, but it's not sex.
No.
So one's
not doing the deed.
That one's too easy. All right, so here's a real hard hitting question. Would you rather spend the day wearing wet socks or spend the day with a popcorn kernel stuck in your teeth? I mean, there's nothing worse than wet socks. I mean,
I have been places where I have gotten food stuck in my teeth, and there was no toothpick or anything available to me, and I've had to go a long period of time with said thing stuck in my tooth. So it is a situation that I have done before. So I'm going to pick that because, or not only have I gone through this very situation a few times, but I'm going to have to agree with you. There is not a lot of things that are worse than a wet sock.
The only thing worse than wet socks I can think about is wet biscuits.
Oh, God. You cannot throw wet biscuits at me.
And them bitches better be dry as a bone. Don't even take them off the pan. Don't set them on the plate with the food.
I don't like them. I feel like, well, what I mean by wet biscuits is...
We're talking soggy.
Sometimes I've been served a bread.
Call out the restaurant. Call it out.
I can't call out the restaurant.
Call it out. Is it native to our location? If it's a chain restaurant, call it out. It's okay, you think about that.
See, the reason I can't call it out is because I don't remember the restaurant.
Oh, that's very fair.
I don't
This is
remember
low expectations. Do they expect us to remember these things?
No. But I have gotten something. A lot of times when I get a meal, you get, some places will, you get a meat and two bread. A lot of times I'll get a protein, something, a bean of some sort, most likely green beans, and a bread. If the biscuits are available, I'll get that.
I used to go with protein, a jelly bean.
Yeah,
that's my go-to bean. Jelly beans.
It's up there in the food pyramid or something.
Only the buttered popcorn jelly beans.
Only the buttered popcorn jelly beans.
I like to have the sensation that I'm eating popcorn.
Yeah.
Sorry, sidetracked you. Go ahead.
No, but like, I'll get the green beans, and a lot of times these places don't drain the juice out of the green beans. They just take the spoon and just throw it on there, and there's bean juice everywhere.
There's nothing worse than a green bean juice biscuit.
And they take that biscuit and set it right in the juices of that green bean.
Now, I can deal with like a baked bean biscuit because baked beans have a good taste to them.
Baked beans and the juices that they have are kind of thick,
So it's really not going to. I mean, it's going to soak it up a little bit.
It's going to soak,
but it's not going to just absolutely ruin it.
Green beans, their juices are just like straight water.
And let's be real here. There's some things that I need my juice with. Like I need my juice with pinto beans. Baked beans, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I do not need juice with green beans.
No, I don't need. You don't need the juice with the green beans.
Green beans are probably 97% juice anyway.
Yeah.
So I do not need the extra juice.
Yeah, that's a good point. But
Drain them some bitches and set the biscuit on top of the meat.
Set the biscuit on the meat, or have a separate little plate
Bring a
to
side
bring
plate.
the food set the biscuit on. Don't sit the biscuit in the bean juice because take it from a valued customer.
Mm-hmm.
And a concerned customer. I'm concerned for myself. I'm concerned for the wasted product because, as you can imagine, I didn't eat that whole biscuit.
And then the cook's gonna think, "What did I do wrong with the biscuit?" They're gonna be upset that you didn't eat the biscuit. They're gonna think, "Maybe I just didn't do a good job making this biscuit." So here's clearly. Listen clearly again. Don't set the biscuit in the green bean juice.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't set it in the carrot juice. I mean, if I had to choose, and the only two things I had on my plate were green beans and carrots, and you didn't have any other plates, set it in the carrots.
Set it in the carrots.
Because the carrots have a nice sweet taste to them.
Yeah.
Green bean juice just tastes like shit. It just tastes
really
like
does.
can.
Mm-hmm.
You can set the bean on top, or you can set the biscuit on top of the baked beans. Not the black beans. I like black beans. Those are good with juice in them, but I don't think a biscuit and black beans go well together.
No, biscuit and black beans don't go well together. I don't know if I've ever had a meal where I've had black beans and a biscuit. Because normally I get black beans when it's something. It's kind of like a southwestern or a Mexican or a Mexican dinner. Because I'll get black beans in my burrito.
I do. I said do. I do put black beans.
You need to step up our maturity.
Sorry. I do put black beans a lot with my chicken.
Yes.
I'm a big chicken and black beans type of person.
Margarita grilled chicken?
Yep.
At the local restaurant down there?
At the Chili's.
Okay, I didn't know if that was a copyright issue.
Oh, I'm sure it is, but
who cares?
The hell, they gonna watch this video? Ain't nobody watching this video.
At the Chili's 3 for $10, they have a margarita grilled chicken served with black beans and Spanish rice. Very good combination of food.
Unless you fucking bring me out some dry ass rice. That's while we're on the topic of food, don't bring me no dry ass rice.
I like a nice moist rice.
Steam the son bitch. Steam it. Fucking get it from the Wally World and fucking put it in the bag and then put the bag in the microwave. If you have dry rice, it's your problem. How do you even dry rice?
I don't know.
Just steam the damn thing.
And make sure it's cooked too. I don't want to crunch in and break my freaking tooth.
Yes.
On a piece
Agreed.
of rice. I can't go to Chili's and come out of there with a broken tooth. It makes no sense.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. So, in short, don't put the damn biscuit in the juice.
No biscuit in the juice.
And cook my damn rice. Steam it. Steam it. Put water in the son bitch and drain it. Cook it like you do pasta. I don't want no hard ass pasta. Rice and pasta are basically the same thing. They're just grains. Put the damn thing in a steamer and steam it. And don't give me no hard ass rice.
What question were we answering? I don't even remember.
Oh, would you rather wear wet socks or have a popcorn kernel stuck in your teeth?
I just realized of how much of a tangent we have gone off.
That was a very needed tangent,
We started with wet socks and ended with wet biscuits.
That was a very needed tangent. We needed to discuss that. Somebody had to know, and I'm sure at least one person watching will agree, but let's be honest. Let's see how it works. We're 35 minutes into this podcast. Nobody's going to listen this long.
No.
I mean, we could have stopped at 18 minutes ago, and nobody's still going to listen this long. But that's okay.
Oh, it's completely okay.
All right, so let's. Why don't you ask me the next question? I'm not going to look. I want to be surprised.
All right. I was actually going to... This next one I had already seen in advance. Just now, actually, and it almost threw me off. So, would you rather drink 2 liters of piss or 2 liters of sweat? I don't know why, but the word piss to me in any sentence it really throws me off every time.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Okay, so how do I answer this question?
Would you rather drink 2 liters of piss or 2 liters of sweat?
You know, I'm gonna have to say sweat, because while sweat does have a piss element to it, it's more water than piss. You know,
Yeah.
piss is
piss, man.
Piss is piss. There's no way getting around it. I mean, even you know what? Maybe I take that back though. I'm gonna just flood my system with water and then piss, and it's just gonna be water.
Yeah, I was going to say, the more you're hydrated, obviously, that stuff goes in and it's out 30 minutes later, depending on how much you drink. It's just straight clear, man. It's hot.
I mean, I've never tasted it.
It's hot piss. I've never tasted it either.
And I don't know if it tastes like water, but it damn sure looks like water.
I mean, we're not going to find out either. We could set up.
I mean, you could pay me.
I mean, we could set up a Patreon.
I mean, you could PayPal me, Venmo me. I'm not giving you my Venmo or my PayPal, but just find a way to do it.
Find a way. I'm going to have to say sweat too, because if you're just blindly going into this, you don't know if you're going to get
this is a random occurrence. This isn't something that you can plan for.
Yeah, you don't know if you're going to get a water piss like we were just talking about, or someone who's only had 2 glasses of water in 8 hours since they've been up, because that's going to be a gnarly yellow,
it's
bright
gonna be a
yellow
stinker. And they might have had asparagus too.
They might have asparagus. Will make it even worse.
But let me modify this question a little bit.
Okay.
Would you rather drink 2 liters of your piss or 2 liters of your sweat? Now hear me out here. I'm gonna have to say my piss.
Okay.
Okay. Now here's why. Number one, you know how long it's gonna take for your body to produce 2 liters of sweat? And that's going to involve a lot of physical activity.
Yeah.
I could produce 2 liters of water by just doing nothing but drinking. Okay, so, and I mean, as soon as it's over, you can leave. So I'm going to have to go with, in that situation, the 2 liters of piss.
See, in that situation, oh man, I wonder how long it actually takes to produce 2 liters of sweat.
I mean, if you think about it, your body, well,
I'm gonna look this up.
When I play basketball, I could probably produce 2 liters of sweat pretty quickly.
How long does it take to
I feel like that answer's not going to be online.
produce 2 liters of pure sweat? What? Particularly active people sweat about 1.5 to 1.8 liters per hour. This cannot be right.
I mean, well, it depends. If I play basketball, I probably am producing 2 liters of sweat in an hour.
You think?
Because I wear a long sleeve t-shirt.
Yeah.
And a headband.
So it follows, the next sentence says, the rest of the sentence says, while a triathlete can produce nearly 4 liters of sweat in the same time.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That is very impressive. Now, is that, can you sweat out 10 pounds? What kind of I like going through.
How are we converting units of liters to pounds?
Have you ever typed in a question into Google?
And then you just click down and you just keep clicking?
And these questions just get even more and more bizarre.
Yep. I've done that a few times. I've been lost in the sauce.
Oh, yeah. How much weight do you lose overnight?
Not enough.
Is it good to go to bed hungry? No, don't go to bed hungry. Feed yourself.
Don't fucking make yourself suffer.
I am an advocate for fitness and health. I think it's very important.
Very important.
But starving yourself is not the way to do it.
It's not the way to do it.
No. Sorry I had to go out on a serious note.
Yeah, we're getting in the gray zone. We're leaving the gray zone. We're getting too serious now. We got to just reel it back in with something stupid. Yeah, just start.
How can I lose 2 pounds overnight? It's losing 10 pounds in a month.
By exercising, you fat bastards.
Why did I lose 3 pounds overnight?
It's water weight. You just lose your water weight.
How much weight did you lose when you poop? I feel like this is the start of something.
That's a little bit of broken English right there.
Oh no, that's the question. How much weight do you lose when you poop?
Okay. That one's not as broken English.
Most stools weigh about 100 grams. Or a quarter of a pound.
I'm producing a McDonald's quarter pounder every time I take a shite.
I feel like I'm producing more than that, to be honest with you.
I'm a very high fiber, high protein guy. I'm producing at least
pounders.
I was gonna say at least a pounder.
Just there's a classification.
I'm producing a Big Mac of shite.
There's a classification of crap. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Deuce. When you drop a deuce, that means
that's heavy.
That's heavy.
That's a heavy hitting one.
Does pooping a lot mean you're losing weight?
Theoretically, yes, because your poop does weigh a significant amount. So every time you poop, you are technically losing weight.
Ready for this?
Hit me with it.
Do you poop when you die?
I can answer from first-hand experience. Yes.
This follows up with, what is the whoosh effect?
I feel like that's when you die. You just whoosh your bowels out.
The whoosh effect is if you stay on the diet long enough, your cells start to release all of the water and fat they've built up. This is called the whoosh effect.
So if you stay on a diet long enough.
The concept of the whoosh effect is if you stay on the diet long enough, your cells start to release all the water and fat that they've built up. That's
interesting. Very interesting.
How does fat leave the body? Come on, people. Is peanut butter good for fat loss?
Peanut butter has a lot of fat in it.
I feel like those are healthy fats, though.
Yes.
Peanuts, those are healthy fats.
I feel like it's kind of like pistachios.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Avocados.
Yeah. Yeah, that went off on a little bit of a tangent.
Sorry, we're getting too serious.
I thought the questions would be a little bit funnier than that because I have seen some bangers.
Okay, let's continue this one. Let's see. We're gonna look for a good one here. Okay. Would you rather eat poison ivy or a handful of wasps? So hear me out, right? Hear me out.
Okay.
If that poison ivy doesn't touch your face, can you get poison ivy out of the mouth? I don't think you can.
I'm not sure.
I don't think you can. If you put on a glove and you just one throat that poison ivy, I feel like you're not going to get any. I mean, it's just going to be like eating a fucking leaf. Is your body going to like it?
That's
Probably
a good point.
not.
I don't know, so I will go with that. And whatever happens, happens. I'll just play the odds.
Yeah, because a handful of wasps can sting me on the insides, and I will still feel that.
Oh no, you will definitely feel that, and it probably won't feel good.
So let's move on to another hard hitting one. Would you rather have a bell go off every time you're horny, or just never get horny?
So is this just a bell go off in your own head, or is this like a?
No, this is
everyone else hears this bell.
Like a church bell.
A church bell.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone in probably a
dong,
mile radius.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
It's the horny bell, man. What can I say?
I feel like after a while, you're just gonna get used to it.
Oh yeah, it'll just become.
It's gonna be pretty embarrassing for the first few days, but then it's just gonna be like.
At least you won't have to ask for sex.
But then somebody's just gonna try to ignore it.
Somebody might.
They're eventually just gonna act like they didn't hear it.
But your spouse, your significant other, they'll at least have a heads up.
They'll have a heads up. They'll know.
They'll
know in the next 10 to 15 minutes the question is gonna be asked.
Yes.
And then it'll.
Oh no! If that bell goes off and it's not acknowledged, I would try to pop a semi again.
Hey.
Did you get that?
Ain't gonna suck itself. All right, fine. I'll do it myself. All right, I don't need you.
Done.
We're getting a divorce.
I'm done. That was a quick one.
Leave my house. Get out of my house. So that's. I'm just gonna because if I can never get horny, I'm gonna be trying to fuck somebody with a limp penis. That's not good for anybody.
No.
I can't even come with a limp penis. So how am I gonna have children?
You're not. You just won't.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I skipped that one. That was a banger too. Let's see. Would you rather crap yourself once a year in public or every day in private?
That is a good one.
I mean, once a year in public.
I feel like I'm going to have to go with that.
Yeah, because is it embarrassing? Yes.
That's a lot of laundry.
Do you know how much laundry?
That's a lot of laundry.
You are washing clothes every day.
Every day.
Because you gotta get that shit. Because once it hardens, it's hard to get off.
You've got to think of the repercussions of doing a load every single day. Like your water
doing
bill,
a load in your pants every single day.
Doing a load in your pants every day. First of all, I mean that's incredibly demeaning. Like, what's the point of having a bathroom? You might not use the toilet that much, but what you lose
in flush water, you're gonna lose in like scraping off water.
Scraping off water via the washing machine. It's just going to be a bad situation. And wait. So the question. Where's the question?
26.
26. Every day okay, so I was going to say, no, so it is in private, so only you know about it, but still, that's still a hassle to deal with every day.
Yeah, I mean, what if you have a significant other?
Yeah.
They're just going to be pissed off. They're going to say, why can you not control this?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to say, I guess incontinence. And they're going to say, I understand that. That happens to people. Some people can't control it.
Mm-hmm.
But wear a fucking depend.
Yeah.
Put a depend on, and you're just going to have to answer with, I can't.
I can't. This is what I am destined to do.
This is my destiny.
I am destined to soil my bollocks
and
as much as possible.
Even if it was once a year and you didn't know when it was coming, I'm still taking that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because, I mean...
Would it be a surprise if I was at, like, a basketball game or something?
Yes.
At a major stadium or whatever. I don't want to give away too much about our location.
Let's be real here. I feel that we're at a major stadium. You're not the only person that's going to be shitting themselves.
That is a good point.
There's a lot of people that like alcohol.
There's going to be a lot of drunk people there.
Yeah. And that's okay. It's their choice.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still just gonna have to go with once a year in public.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go with that, because what constitutes public? I could walk out this door right now and go stand in the parking lot, and that constitutes public, and there could be no one there.
We're gonna say, just for the sake of this question, pretty crowded place.
Pretty crowded place. Okay, so
like, let's see.
I'm okay with that.
Like a dining hall of a college, an indoor arena,
grocery store.
Grocery store.
Yeah. You got to think, like, the odds of you seeing those people again are particularly low. I mean, no one's gonna. I mean, they might smell something, but they might not know it's you.
Oh, so as soon as it happens, you're not even gonna go to the bathroom. You're just gonna keep shopping.
Just keep going.
I mean, you've got to finish your dinner.
I have a deadline.
It says crap yourself. It says it doesn't say anywhere you have to clean yourself.
Yeah. Well, when it says crap yourself once in public too, should the criteria be that it's noticeable, like you have diarrhea coming out of your pants, and you're leaving a trail,
squirting liquids in the pants.
So you're leaving a trail.
You're leaving a trail to the bathroom.
So that makes it worse.
But still,
I'm still going to go
every
with
day.
That.
I mean, the sheer disappointment I would have in myself.
I hope it's at Walmart every single time. They're going to be like, "Oh, great, this guy again."
I hope that it's at the Olympics.
We gotta clean up
in front of 100,000 people.
We gotta clean up on dairy.
I drank too much milk.
Speaking of which, I'm about to get a glass of milk right now.
Yeah, glass of milk. Sick fuck.
It is time for milk.
Milk time.
Milk time, 12:06.
Alright, you know what? Let's just... Your fridge closes very quietly. Mine fucking slams. Why the hell is your room so much better than my room? You've got a new microwave. Your fridge doesn't slam. I mean, your fridge door practically stays open.
It's going now.
But look at how peaceful it is.
It didn't shut all the way though.
Mine is just like... That's going to just destroy somebody's ears, by the way, on the podcast.
Oh.
But that's not our problem.
We're sorry in advance.
No, we're not.
You're right. There will be no disclaimer.
You're not going to get a warning. We're not going to put in a clap warning.
It's
just going to happen.
It's just going to happen, and you're going to have to live with it.
All right, so that one was pretty easy. Let's just go ahead and move on. Would you rather be the recipient of a bukkake party or throw a bukkake party? Now, hear me out.
Okay.
Does the bukkake party mean that I am getting fucked, or that I am fucking numerous other people?
So, it says...
Because a bukkake is typically when one person gets fucked.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what number
by
is
numerous
it?
people.
What number is
this
it?
One's 29.
Recipient of a bukkake party or throw a bukkake party? No, I feel like if you're throwing a bukkake party, you were part of...
You've got to be part of it.
You've got to be part of it.
So you're going to be getting sloppy seconds.
Yeah, pretty much.
But say my sexual preference is women.
Mm-hmm.
So say I have 20 women, and I'm throwing the party.
Okay.
I'm not going to be getting sloppy seconds.
No.
They're all going to be my seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's my dick.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be the recipient of a bukkake party.
You could be the recipient?
Now, let's say that if you are the recipient, you have to get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can just be in a bukkake party.
If that were the criteria, then I would just be in a bukkake party.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be the recipient if I was the one getting railed.
I've never been railed before, and I don't know if I want to. It scares me. The idea of that scares me. So, with that being said, then in that case, I'm throwing the party.
I can throw a good party. Bring chips and shrimp.
Okay, that one's just absolutely disgusting. Would you rather be a feminine man or a masculine woman? Now, what defines
I know
feminine?
both of them.
What defines feminine here? Because I like pink just as much as the average woman probably does.
I don't think that that defines being feminine, because like a lot of people do like a lot of men do like pink.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess.
I mean, so
feminine...
let's just say for this example, you're a cross-dresser. So if you're a masculine woman, you're a woman dressed like a man.
Okay.
If you're a feminine man, you're a man dressed like a woman.
Okay.
Now, in that case, I want to be a masculine woman.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I want to dominate men in bed.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that I mean, don't get me wrong. There's probably some feminine men that can dominate you in bed, but I just don't see people that are feminine men wanting to be dominating. I see them wanting to be dominated.
Right. I just don't know if I could be a feminine man.
I don't know.
I don't know if I have that in me, to be honest with you.
Oh, you got it deep down. You're suppressing it, but it's deep down in there. Somewhere inside you, there's a feminine man. And I mean, let's just be stereotypical here, but typically in the old household, this is not true now. I'm not judging you if you still do or against this.
Mm-hmm.
Typically in the old days, women would clean the house and men would go out and work. So now, there's nothing more that I hate than chores.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be the one wanting to work in a job. So that just cements my answer as a masculine woman.
Masculine woman?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to agree with you.
And I mean, you can make any man your bastard or your bitch. Because, I mean, you give him one hand job with those fucking guns on your arm.
Oh, you've got, your claws are in.
I mean, you basically got a wedding ring.
Basically.
I mean, you're basically married at that point. Alright, so that one was pretty easy as well. Yeah. Alright, let's move on. So let's see. Would you rather give birth pain-free through your mouth or painfully through your vagina? Now, hear me out. I know it's pain-free, but are my lips going to be loose like a vag is?
I was just going to ask if the after effects would be the same as a natural birth.
And is it going to mess up my throat? Because
pain-free doesn't necessarily mean damage-free.
Yeah, because you could just destroy all the nerve endings in your body and just really not feel anything.
You really could. You might never know you're getting choked. If you get choked, you just stop breathing and you just.
What if it gets stuck? What if it's just not like
your head falls in a plate of spaghetti?
Yeah. What if it's just? What if it's just not like a one throat? Like, what if you have to push like you do with the vag, and you're sitting there not breathing, but your body doesn't know it?
That's a good point too.
And then you look down, and your lower legs are blue.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to get emergency oxygen. So you know what? I'm just gonna go painfully through the vag.
I think I would. I don't want to experience the pain because I have a lot of respect for women for going through that.
Yes, I do.
I really do, because I can't imagine what that is like. But I would
it's
sooner.
Probably like just a scooter to the ankle.
A scooter to the no, nothing compares to a scooter to the shin or the ankle.
Look, women, let's just be real here. Childbirth is painful, but we all know that a scooter to the shin is much worse. Let's just call it how we see it.
Everyone has taken a scooter to the shin.
Everybody has. That's a universal experience. Everybody can relate to that.
Everybody can agree on that.
And nobody's going to argue with us because everybody knows that shit hurts.
It does. It's a painful experience.
All right, so that one was pretty easy as well.
Yeah.
And just a side note, I know we've already made our decision, but your body, the female's body is made to give birth through the vagina.
Mm-hmm.
It's made for everything like that to happen. So I'm not going to mess with science. As a man of science, I'm not going to go against science.
Oh, no. Don't change science.
I mean,
absolutely
you
not.
Can't change science. So that one's easy. Let's see. Would you rather know what your pets think of you or never hear them speak? So hear me out. Now, I don't know whose pets are speaking in the first place. Because, I mean, I don't consider a bark or a meow as a speak.
Mm-hmm. That's just their form
That's
of
an exclamation.
That's just that. a bark or a meow is their form of communication
Mm-hmm.
to other animals. That's how they communicate.
Yeah.
So I feel like this question is just really saying, would you rather your pets still be the same, or would you rather hear their thoughts?
No, it just says what your pets think of you. It doesn't
Just
say
what
their
you think
thoughts.
of you?
So, hear me out. This is what you do, right? You find a pet that loves you as much as you love it,
Mhm.
and then you have the perfect pet.
Exactly.
So it's really a win-win.
I've never had a pet. None of my pets, my dog specifically, I've
Liked
had
you?
None of them have. And I just want to hear it from them.
You know what? I think I'd try to like my animal more if it didn't like me.
Yeah.
If we were just like, so with cats, you're not going to get a cat that likes you.
Yeah.
It's just, in best case scenario, it just is going to be in the room with you.
Yeah.
It's just not going to walk out.
Actually, Mike, I was the only person my cat liked. We had a cat growing up. Yeah, basically. The rest of them hate. I don't know why they got him in the first place, because they all ended up hating him. Except me. I like animals anyway.
I'm a cat person. Is that wrong?
No,
Because
because
if
I
it's
like
wrong,
cats
I don't
too.
want to be right.
I like cats too. I mean, I've never met a cat that doesn't like me. I've been out of town staying with, when I've gone up to the state above the state that we are, to a certain
Sorry, that made me think of a really good story.
to the state that's above us.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to give as much about our location.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain amusement park up there
Mm-hmm.
that I have went with over the last couple of summers.
Disneyland?
Let's see what's below that state. Yep, that's the one.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, sorry.
Resident of the.
You know, if they think we're in California, the odds of them locating us are slim to none.
Something like, yeah, we'll go with that.
It's a big ass state.
Yeah. But that would going up there to stay with my significant person.
Mm-hmm. Your
Other
family
person,
member.
my significant other person that I have been acquainted with for
Mm-hmm.
several
Acquainted
years
with
now.
for
Acquainted
quite
with
a long time.
quite a long time. Yep, and along with this person's family
Mm-hmm.
and their relatives that live up there permanently,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a bunch, or not a bunch, they had a couple cats,
Mm-hmm.
and they both took a liking to me while I was there for a few days. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then my personal cat that I had for several years in the middle of the early last decade, early 2010s. So there's only 3 cats that I've really
Mm-hmm.
been exposed to, but they've all liked me. So it's a small sample size, but
Mm-hmm.
a sample size nonetheless.
So now, my story I was thinking of when you were telling yours. So I too have never had a cat that's disliked me.
Yeah.
I had a cat growing up that lived for the first 18 years of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Made that cat rest. Very good cat.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to one of my family members' house that has about 4 cats and 5 dogs.
Hmm.
Okay, all the dogs. Actually, I take that back. 3 of the dogs are scared of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as you walk in and even walk near you, so one night I stayed at this. This is a different story. I stayed at their house because I was helping them do some stuff,
Uh-huh.
and I went up to go use the bathroom. And so I slept in the living room on the couch, and so I'm trying to give you a little layout here.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the living room, right?
Okay.
So then over here you have a staircase, and then right here there's a little walkway. It's a nice walkway. It's got sliding doors, so you
Mhm.
just slide the doors open and you walk out. Right here is a dining room. Then there's a little hallway.
Mhm.
Okay, on this hallway there's the closest bathroom. Then you go through it. There's a library,
Mm-hmm.
and then their bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty close to their bedroom, and one of them dogs was just sitting in the library staring at me,
Oh.
and I was like, shh. And I thought we had an agreement. I got to the door, opened the bathroom door, went in, did my business,
Mhm.
came out, and then as I'm walking back,
Mm-hmm.
and this is 3 a.m, and then all the other dogs woke up like that, and then at this point I just ran back and laid down on the couch because I didn't want them thinking that I was the one that stirred the dogs up.
Yeah.
So I just acted like I was dead ass asleep,
Nice.
and then you could hear them yelling at the dogs at 3 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, that's just a funny side story.
That's
So anyway,
pretty
back to the original story. So they also have this cat. It's
Mhm.
a calico cat. It has orange and white on it.
Yeah.
And they call the cat the asshole.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's his name.
That's his name. Yeah,
Wow.
it's a him. Yeah,
Creative.
it's called the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
hmm And I was like, why do you call it that? And they were like, because it's an asshole. And I was like, okay,
Most cats are.
yeah. And so, well, I didn't know this at the time because I never had a cat that didn't like me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was in the bathroom. Ironically, the same bathroom that I was using when the dogs started barking.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just in there washing my hands this time because I just helped with some stuff outside.
Yeah.
Had mud on my hands, didn't
Right.
get anywhere. So I go in, and the cat's sitting right there next to the sink. And this is a pretty big cat. This is probably bigger than the average size cat.
Uh-huh.
I'd say this is probably 80th percentile in cat size. Big cat. I mean, like, if we're breaking this down to percentile, probably top 80 percentile.
80 percentile cat.
Yeah. So it's just sitting there, right? And I was
Mhm.
like, oh, hey, cat. And I go to pet it. And it, like, likes it for a little bit. And then it just on my finger.
Oh, just latches down on that
Yeah.
finger.
And then just no hissing,
Mm-hmm.
no nothing. Just biting the piss out of my finger. Just. And I'm like, let go. Let go. Was it a painful bite? But it was just real asshole bite,
Yeah.
annoying bite.
That's so odd. I've
Mhm.
never seen a cat do that ever.
I had never either.
That's more like a dog.
Mhm.
That's more like dog behavior.
Mhm. And then I went to go like pull its teeth off my finger,
Mhm.
and it pawed me with its claws out.
Oh. You sure this wasn't some sort of dog?
I was made some cat's bitch.
Oh.
That's how that happened.
This cat was like, yep, he's the one.
And this was before I hit my growth spurt. So I'm pushing at this point probably 5'2" a buck.
Right.
I mean, at best.
A buck.
A $1.15 maybe. And so I'm just petrified of this cat.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually it just lets go and turns around and walks away like nothing happened.
Cats are weird like that, man.
Mhm.
I'm telling you.
And then I've still tried to befriend this cat because, I've never met a cat that didn't like me. So I really want it to like me, but it's not going to like me.
I feel like, if it didn't come around to liking you the first time around,
Mhm.
the ship has sailed.
Mm-hmm. So that's that story about the cat. And every time I'd go in there to use the bathroom, it'd just be sitting there. And I was very concerned that it was going to smack me in the balls.
Uh-huh.
So I turned my back to it. If it's going to rabbit punch me in the back of the head, then so be it. But I'm not getting my balls hit.
You have to protect your balls. at all
Got to
costs.
protect the Presser's family jewels.
Absolutely. Priority one.
I mean, that's basically that's priority one. But yeah,
Absolutely.
that story. What the hell question were we on?
Did we still?
Oh, what would you rather your pets think of you?
Right.
Or blah blah.
Right.
So yeah, that one's obvious. We just want to know what our pets think of us.
Oh, absolutely.
That cat would be like, this kid's an asshole. And I'd be like, this cat's an asshole.
Yeah.
That'd be that thought
It's
process.
just a mutual feeling.
We just agree not to go to each other. Or
Yeah.
go towards each other.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's another good one. Would you rather be incredibly beautiful and incredibly stupid, or very ugly and super intelligent? So now this one is the easiest question I've been across.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be hot and stupid.
I'm stupid.
Because now, in the age of OnlyFans
Uh-huh.
and Pornhub,
Mm-hmm.
I can make a living
You
being
could.
stupid,
You very
but with
well
a
could.
rock-solid body, okay? And so that's just how I feel about that one. I don't know how you feel.
I don't know.
And I mean, hear me out. If you're super intelligent, you're going to have to use your brain for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But, when you hit about 45 or 50, even the incredibly beautiful ones start to go downhill.
Yeah.
So now, if I'm super intelligent, usually your brain doesn't go downhill until probably about 80, unless,
It has a
Other
generally
things are involved.
your brain obviously has a longer lifespan than your ability to be decent looking.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So, it's really a choice of preference. Do you want to make all your money up front, or do you want to make an earnest living for a pretty long time?
Yeah.
No, I'm still going to be incredibly beautiful,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just going to marry old rich men, and then I'm just going to divorce them,
Uh-huh.
and then just make my living that way.
Take half their money every
Yeah.
time.
Or just find a really rich one that's about to die, and then hurry the process along,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm living.
And then you're named as the beneficiary on the
Yeah.
life insurance, and you
Mhm.
collect.
Yeah, you're collecting.
That's right.
So that one's still my answer to that one.
It's tough for me.
Is it really? Do you want to be hot and stupid, or ugly and smart? Because, I mean, you can be the smartest person in the world, you're still not getting no puss.
You're right.
You think Stephen Hawking got any puss?
Would I have to drop my significant other at this point? Like, out of the picture completely?
This is from birth. We're going
This
to
is
start
from
from
birth.
birth.
Okay, if this is from birth, I'm going to have to go with hot and stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with that one.
Because at least I can, I could be stupid, but I'm not that stupid. I would hope not. Not enough to where I can understand how I could, make money.
Yeah. So speaking of money, that brings up this dumbass question.
Okay.
So, would you rather pay or get paid every time you have sex? So would I rather pay money every time I have sex or get money every time I have sex?
I'm bringing in that bag, sis.
Did we really think about this question? Did we really think it through?
Did I read this incorrectly?
No. Would you rather pay or get paid every time you have sex? Any place you can put the comma, anywhere you can add punctuation, the question still remains the same.
I think question number 41 should be omitted.
Yeah.
That's a stupid
Let's
question.
go ahead and take that one out. So this was a good one. Would you rather be a tree that could feel pain or a snail that would never die?
I'd have to go with snail. It's got to be simple life. Way less responsibility.
At least as a snail, I can move.
Yeah, you can move.
As a tree, I'm pretty much stuck.
You are locked in.
I mean, like, I don't have movement capabilities. I can grow up and out, but I can't really move.
Yeah, I mean, a snail, you're getting there.
I mean,
Very
you can
slowly.
be extremely slowly,
That will
but
never
you
die.
can still move.
All you're doing is just,
And if you never die, you have no hurry to be in.
No. You're just vibing all day.
You're vibing.
I don't have to worry about, let's see, what's on the schedule tomorrow? I don't have to worry about a quiz tomorrow.
No quiz?
I know.
I mean, as a tree, in its defense, you don't have to worry about a quiz either.
That's a good point, but I would much rather be able to move, even if I do live forever. I would much rather be able to go where I want to go.
I agree. Okay, so here's the hard-hitting question. This is probably the best one so far. Would you rather never have to pee again or never have to shit again? So now, hear me out. Oh, hear me out. So just
Okay.
because you never have to,
Uh-huh.
so you never have to pee or shit again. I'm gonna say never have to shit again, because peeing is not that long of a venture. I
No.
mean, at longest you're taking 2 minutes.
And it doesn't... God, 2 minutes.
I mean that's like absolute longest.
That's a gnarly piss.
I mean you haven't pissed in days.
Yeah.
And you've been putting down water.
I feel like I'm going to have to agree with you. I would... I feel like, once that fecal matter... stool.
Mm-hmm.
I like referring to it as stool. Once that stool builds up, you saw how much discomfort I was in towards the latter half, towards the back end of the end of last episode.
You get the meat sweats going.
I was getting those meat sweats.
And normally a shit's and like you can go pee in public. You can't really go shit in public unless you're one of those people.
I don't think I've ever done that before.
I've done it twice in a library on a campus.
That's right. I remember you telling me about that. I guess it really took me a while to get comfortable.
I'm
in
still not comfortable.
Our freshman dorm,
Mm-hmm.
it really took me a while to get comfortable dropping a Mondo in there because, I'd be mid-squeeze and it'd be just my luck someone walks in right before the...
Housekeeping. I can't tell you how many times I heard that one because my prom pooping hours were right before class started. So right about 10:30.
God.
Housekeeping.
Yeah.
Someone's in here. Okay, I'll come back. And then they come back 5 minutes later, and you've just started your Duke right when they come in the first time.
5 minutes. They don't give you any time.
Housekeeping. Still in here. Okay, I'll just come back later.
Thank you.
Once they say, I'll come back later, they give you about 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they'll just say, I'll come back tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
They don't ever ask you how long you think you need.
No.
I mean, that's the smart question. How long do you
That
think
would be
you
a
need?
smart question. Why don't they do that? Why don't all these cleaning people do that?
It's above their pay grade.
Yeah.
They're not paid for hospitality.
No.
They're paid to clean.
They
and
are paid to
only
clean. And to clean only.
So yeah, in short, I'm never shitting again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's way... A bad piss is way more comfortable than a bad crap.
Mm-hmm.
By far.
Okay, so this one's perplexing. Would you rather see the text your ex wrote about you or have seen the text that you sent about them? Well, as two people that have never had an ex,
Mm-hmm.
we can't answer this question.
This question is impossible to
Invalid.
answer.
Moving on. Would you rather eat a whole jar of mayonnaise or a whole tub of butter?
This question is right up my alley.
I don't know what that means. I'm very uncomfortable with you saying that. Do you do this in your spare time?
No. What I meant.
Are you an avid connoisseur of mayonnaise?
You know how much I despise.
Oh, they bukkake my sandwich.
Oh, they bukkake my sandwich. What else did he say after that? I've already forgotten.
Look at all the semen they put on it.
It's the devil's load.
Oh, they busted.
It was Satan's load.
Oh, they busted Satan's load. By the way, shout out Hodge Twins.
Shout out Hodge Twins.
If you're still watching an hour and however long we are into this shit, an hour and 10 minutes, just quit watching and go watch the Hodge Twins. Just go look them up, by the way.
Good quality content over there at the Hodge Twins. Shout out Hodge Twins. We know you're watching.
We know you're watching. All right, so sorry, continue with that one. Oh,
What was I talking about?
I don't remember.
Oh, the mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate mayonnaise.
I hate mayonnaise as well. But now hear me out. I also hate butter. Now
I very rarely put butter on anything. I'll put butter. You know, they give you the little packets.
I don't even do that.
Butter, like when you get a baked potato. I only use about a quarter of that butter, and I mix it around, and then I put pepper on it on the baked potato. Yep. That's it. I never eat a lot of butter.
So now hear me out. So mayonnaise is gonna taste bad from start to end. Okay. But I know what I'm expecting when I get into it. I can just hold my nose and just shovel it in.
I wouldn't be able to do it because it's the consistency of it too.
Have you ever tried to eat a large amount of butter? Real question.
Butter? A large amount?
Yes.
No.
I don't remember why, but I took a bite out of a stick of butter, and it's disgusting. Because mayonnaise is a very swallowable liquid. Butter, it's not usually soft.
No.
You have to sit there and move it around a little bit.
Were you around when we bet a certain someone in 7th grade that this person could eat a whole stick of butter?
I feel like
$5?
I know I've heard about this.
Do you remember who it was?
I do not.
I'll write it down. I'm not going to say his name.
Okay.
You remember? Yeah. Yeah, we bet
I do remember this.
We bet him $5 that he could not eat a stick of butter. And so he brought a stick of butter to school, and right before PE in the locker room, he started chomping down on that thing. Actually, he started the class before, the period before, and it took him about 20 minutes to get through about a third of it, and he couldn't do it afterwards. He couldn't do it after that, so...
I agree.
So butter is probably pretty hard to eat.
Oh, it's so salty too.
Yeah. I don't know anybody that could eat that much butter, but
I mean, now if it's the whip spread,
the whip spread's different.
If it's the whip spread, as bad as that is, I could get that down.
Yeah, I could get that down. Oh no, I'm definitely taking butter over mayonnaise. It's no question.
And now hear me out. It just says eat a whole jar of mayonnaise or a whole tub of butter.
What constitutes as a tub?
It doesn't give a time limit.
No.
This could just be over your lifetime.
Over your life? Butter.
And, hear me out. There's a southern establishment called Bojangles that I've eaten at a few times.
Shout out Bojangles.
And they've got a pretty good Cajun chicken sandwich. And it's got Duke's mayonnaise on it. Now, I don't know how you feel about this, but if I'm going to have mayonnaise, it's got to be Duke's.
That's another story about mayonnaise. About mayonnaise.
Yeah.
We used to have season tickets to the local university that's, right in our hometown.
Your father's alma mater.
My father's alma mater, yes. Shout out.
Shout out Pops.
Shout out Pops.
If you have the unfortunate pleasure of listening an hour and 20 minutes into this thing.
Yeah. It's prune juice time, by the way.
Prune juice time. Excellent.
I hope this doesn't screw me up as much as
you're
it did
starting
the
up
other
a
day.
new... Oh, you want some cold prune juice tonight?
Oh, this is the old prune juice.
Oh, is it no
I
longer good?
started drinking prune juice light because it's less sugar. It's half the amount of sugar. So
same amount of shit, half the sugar.
Basically. So I was like, well, you know what?
Prune juice really just looks like maple syrup, honestly.
It does.
It doesn't look good.
Now the regular prune juice. I'm trying to say it and trying to be as loud as I can. I'm talking into the mic.
Mm-hmm.
That prune juice, the regular full sugar prune juice, is not very good. It's very bitter. The light version, for some reason, with less sugar, tastes sweeter. Don't know why, but it's better.
Interesting.
Now, the mayonnaise thing.
Yeah.
About Bojangles. Yeah. This university used to sell the Bojangles, the chicken sandwiches, not the biscuits. At the football
interesting that
games.
they didn't use the other chicken establishment that's typically sold at games.
It is interesting. I've never known any other place that does this, but they sold Bojangles chicken sandwiches at the concession stand. So that's what I would get every time we went because we had season tickets to home games for a couple of years. And they never had.
Did they ever
anything...
bukkake it?
No, it was just plain. It was just plain because people get them a variety of ways. And it had been a very long time since I had one of those chicken sandwiches. So a couple years ago, I was at Bojangles with my significant person before an event in a hometown that starts with a W. That's west of our hometown. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get that. It sounds pretty good. Haven't had it in a while. Unbeknownst to me that I had no idea it came with everything that was on it. So I got
just
that.
lettuce and mayo.
Opened it up. And just absolutely disappointed.
They busted Satan's load.
They busted Satan's load on my sandwich. I was like, God, so I had to go up and get some napkins. I was peeling the bread off with the mayonnaise.
There's nothing more like that. What's the word I'm looking for? There is nothing more embarrassing. Not embarrassing. That's not a good word. I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of here.
Like, there's nothing more. I mean, I think I know what you're saying. Like,
it starts with a dis, but I don't know exactly. Fuck it, we'll move on. I don't like peeling mayonnaise off of my sandwiches in public,
yeah,
so
I don't like that either.
Put some light mayo on it. Unless I ask for heavy mayo, which I'm not going to. Don't put heavy mayo on that shit.
And then I've told you the time about when I was in going to go see the other university, Southeast, the one that I pull for the most. Their basketball university with my I'm just going to say brother.
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
It
doesn't give a name.
No. Yeah. I can say their name too. We've already said Bojangles. I was at Arby's. Shout out Arby's.
No, fuck you, Arby's.
People have mixed opinions on Arby's, but I don't mind it.
I don't mind it. I didn't mind it. I do like their roast beef.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, you have to get a medium roast beef because if you get a large, it's just too much. It just all starts to taste like salt at the end. You've got to get a medium. You've got to. I mean, I know you're still gonna be hungry after you finish that some curly fries, but you've got to ration yourself. You cannot be stupid on those decisions. Sorry, now continue.
No, that's what I get most of the time. The half pound.
Yeah, gotta go.
I would rather have more roast beef than more fries because obviously.
Now, have you ever put the fries with the roast beef?
I have not.
Say now, I'll take a bite of roast beef and then take a fry, and it balances it out pretty well because you get a nice little crunch from the fry action.
Actually, that does sound pretty good.
And the fries taste pretty good. They don't really taste like salt.
No, the fries are good. I do like their fries. But they had something, and they probably still have it. It was the smokehouse brisket sandwich, and I was like,
I think they might have that.
Yeah, I was like, that sounds right up my alley. So I ordered that.
You like brisket? And they bukkake'd it?
I have never seen the amount of mayonnaise on a sandwich like the amount of mayonnaise that they put on this sandwich, okay? It looks so good on the picture. The picture makes it look so much better than it actually is. There was no mayonnaise in that picture, okay?
No,
it was brisket. It had, like, a strip of bacon on it, and...
Did it have some onion rings or something like that?
I think it did have, like, caramelized onions, and I was like...
Barbecue sauce on it?
I don't remember.
Okay, because I feel like barbecue and mayonnaise, you're just getting weird territory.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was just the brisket, the bacon, and some caramelized onions. And that's all I saw in the picture. I was like, it looks really good. I want to try something different before this basketball game. So I get that, and, I ordered it as is. I said, let me get the number one meal with a fry and a sweet tea. And it
And then they busted Satan's load on that sandwich.
Busted Satan's load all over that sandwich.
Oh, they bukkake'd it.
I opened it up. Disappointment. I can't take it back.
The smile on your face just... just faded away because it's not their fault. Unfortunately, you did not say no mayonnaise.
No, I know. I couldn't take it back. I couldn't bring myself to do that because.
And I mean,
never
it's
said no
before
mayonnaise.
it's before a home game, so it was probably a few people in that line.
Yeah, there were a few people that were there.
Now, I'm not going to give too much away, but there isn't a damn thing until you get into that location.
Yeah.
As someone who has been to a local basketball court around there numerous times, there ain't a damn thing. There's 2 gas stations. That's it.
There's 2 gas stations and that Arby's. That is like
That's it.
That's the location.
That's it. That's all there is there.
That's all there is. And whatever else, the other restaurants down there are just out of my price range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we kind of stuck with Arby's, but yeah, the line was starting to fill up. It was getting longer because it was a home game, and I just had to suck it up and wipe as much off of it as I possibly could, and just carried on with the day.
That's fair. I mean, I still feel like it probably tasted pretty well. Now, was it Duke's or Hellman's? That's the hard-hitting question.
I don't know.
Okay, because if it's Duke's has a very minimalistic taste. Duke's doesn't really taste like much.
Oh no, I don't know anything about the brands. Nothing about the brands.
If I have one, I'm going to have Duke's.
Yeah.
Duke's is a good mayonnaise. All right, so we spent a whopping probably like 17 minutes on mayonnaise, so let's just go ahead and move on.
17 more minutes worth of mayonnaise talk that I would like to
That's
have.
17 minutes that nobody other than us is going to hear.
Yeah.
So let's be honest. Let's just move on. Here was one of the ones that really just led me to choosing this questionnaire. Would you rather pee every time you stand up or poop every time you sit down?
It's just as funny reading this the first time as it was now.
Now, I don't know about you, but I typically spend most of my day peeing.
Mm-hmm.
And are you able to control this? Is this just like a feeling that you have to do, or is it just as soon as you stand up, it's immediate?
As soon as you stand up, like, time to piss.
Okay.
I mean, obviously you pee way more than you poop, obviously.
But this does say every time you sit down.
Yeah. I can't do that.
I'm going to just take a knee. I'm going to just get a little squat going.
There is no toilet paper soft enough that could supply my sphincter.
Maybe baby wipes are the way to go. And even then, you're still going to be rubbing raw.
You're still going to be rubbing raw. And I can deal with that. Because a lot of times when I do get it on my feet, like when I'm going to the gym or stuff, I'm on my feet for a long time.
Yep. I don't mind standing either. You can kind of like lean on stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So standing, I'm going to have to say I'm going to pee every time I stand up.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you.
And I mean, at least when I do that, I won't have to go pee other times.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, eventually I'm just going to be dry running and pooping. I mean, there's just going to be nothing coming out.
I mean,
because you've got to take in nutrients to be able to put it out.
Oh, yes.
So that one's pretty easy as well. Let's just go ahead and move on. Would you rather be a genius that nobody believes or an idiot that everybody believes? So as someone I'd like to say I'm very smart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm higher IQ or intelligence than the average person.
I am too, but the point of this podcast is to make us think that is not the case.
Yeah.
But in reality, we're not geniuses by any means.
No, genius is a very strong overstatement.
Yeah. Above average? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, we
I
mean, we something.
we cutting.
We cutting. I know we cutting. So, as I was gonna say, you better not eat that fucking yogurt with the fucking fork.
The spoons are all the way over there.
You fucking cannibal.
Spoons are all the way in my thing over there.
All the way over there.
The second drawer. There's some clear spoons.
You fucking animal.
Because I didn't want to have to move this, and I didn't want to have to ask you to get it for me, so I was just going to eat it with a spoon.
Ask me next time, you fucking animal.
All right, thank you.
This bastard was about to eat yogurt with a fucking the fucking fork. You would have gotten so many dirty looks from me. I would have just stared at you in disgust the whole time as you ate it.
Oh, jeez.
I just
make sure this isn't
disgusted.
expired. April 13th. Okay.
Oh, I mean,
I bought it yesterday. I would hope.
You don't look at the expiration dates?
I do, but I always double check.
That's the first thing I look at.
Oh no, when I'm at the store, I always check the expiration.
Oh, you better
date.
mix that up. Don't you just take it right off the top.
What do you mean?
You were an animal. Mix it up. Stir it. Yes, there you go.
Do you really do this?
Yes. That's the only way to ensure that it's good all the way throughout. Because a lot of times what happens is especially with Greek yogurt, if you don't mix up Greek yogurt, you're just going to be eating oil off the top of it.
Sometimes it does get like that, but
yeah.
And it's like it looks like water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
I bet you just pour that shit out, don't you?
No, I just eat it.
Mm-hmm.
See, I never mixed that up. This is the first time I've ever done that.
You surprise me more and more every day.
Dude.
I don't know if...
The things you learn. I've known you since we were 7 years old. 7. We are now a certain age.
Mm-hmm. We've known each other for maybe 5 months, maybe 20 years. You don't know that. You'll never know that.
No, you'll never know.
Unless you blow this shit up, then you might get a t-shirt at best.
Maybe,
but you're still paying $30 for that bastard.
Then we can afford maybe 2 t-shirts. We can raffle them off.
No, we ain't raffling shit off. We ain't giving no giveaways. You think this is a fucking charity?
No, raffle them off, but
we have student loan debts.
Like a bidding war.
100% of proceeds.
War on eBay.
100% of proceeds are not going to charity.
Absolutely not. 100% of proceeds will be used to pay off our student debt.
Though we may or may not still have.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so yeah, basically, long story short, I'm also a pompous asshole in real life too. So I've been a genius that nobody believes my entire life. Okay, when I say something, nobody really believes me. They think I'm just being a dick.
Wasn't that one of your senior superlatives? Or is that too much information? That's not too much information, is it?
No.
Yeah, you got the know-it-all.
Biggest know-it-all.
Biggest know-it-all.
There was one person in the group that was there because they were smart. And then there was 2 that were there because we're assholes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell them anything about the rest of those people. They just can know that one person. I mean...
They know who they are. If you're listening...
I did graduate 5th in the class, though, so I do know my way around the test. I'm pretty smart. And that was with only taking honors. I didn't take any AP classes like some of the people above me did. So my GPA, really, if you take out AP classes, was probably one of the highest. I was probably top 2.
I graduated 9th. I'll put that out
there, too. That's okay.
And that is completely okay. All honors classes,
I mean,
same
look
thing.
at us. We're still at the same place.
Mm-hmm. We both graduated top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Both. We didn't take any AP classes. Even though there weren't that many AP classes other than AP Bio was the only
Unless
thing.
you went through the local university.
Yeah.
Which some people did. We did not.
Yeah.
And now look at us.
Yeah.
That's too much information.
Now that I look back on that,
we could have graduated a year early. We could
have.
I could have saved myself some money. I mean, did I like playing a horn? Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, you had to be in the regular band to be in the other band, though, so that's the only downside.
No. Like, it could have been like a dual enrollment. We could have graduated here early.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not high school. Like, I was trying to make the most out of
No, I was just talking about in order for us to take the classes at our local university.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I see what you're saying now. No, I wasn't going to give that up.
No.
Which is fine, but I wish there was another way around it, because it would have been nice to wrap this thing up in a couple months. You know what I mean?
I could have been alright. I mean, I do have a job at a local establishment.
You do have a job at a local establishment.
Working in a healthcare field. That's very vague. How many healthcare fields are there across the world? But I could be having a bigger job. Making more money.
Correct.
With a degree.
That is correct.
But no, look at us. We're sitting here in this bum-ass room filming this bum-ass podcast for all of 6 people to listen to.
Talking about our high points. I really think we peaked in high school.
Oh, we are on the decline.
Senior year was the peak.
So basically, middle school, we're going up the ski slope.
Mm.
We're riding on the thing. Senior year, we're at the top of the slope.
Absolutely.
Now we're just slowly going back down.
It's almost a complete 90-degree drop.
Actually, not slowly. We're going down so fast that if we don't stop, we're going to go through the lodge.
Absolutely.
We're going to crash into something.
We will crash. We will crash and burn.
I'm just going to be living at mommy's house my whole life. Let's be real here. All right, so let's get off that depressing topic.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move on.
It got real heavy here just for a minute.
That one's disgusting. Would you rather meet the love of your life knowing they'll die in a year or never meet them?
Oh, God.
That's a dumb question. Never meet them.
Never meet them.
You can just be generally satisfied in a relationship. You don't have to have the love of your life. I'm sure there's numerous people.
Just to meet the love of your life and just have them die within a year, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's a very life-altering situation, too.
That could change everything. You might not ever... That might, it might persuade people... persuade's not the right word. I don't know what the right word.
Persuade's a good word. It might persuade them to never, and they may feel content with their life.
Yeah, they might not pursue a relationship.
But I mean, insurance money.
Oh God.
I mean, you hook it up and you become. I mean, you get that life insurance.
Yeah, you can collect. You can collect it.
I mean, will you be sad that they're dead? Yes, but
Absolutely.
will you be less sad with $1 million? Yes.
Yes.
That's how I view life. Let's move on. Okay, so would you rather have the best house in a bad neighborhood or the worst house in a fancy neighborhood? So hear me out. The worst house in a fancy neighborhood doesn't necessarily mean that your house isn't better than 85% of people in the world's.
Oh no, that is completely correct. The worst house in a fancy neighborhood is still probably better
than the best house in a bad neighborhood.
Absolutely. I'm going to go with the worst house in a fancy neighborhood because it's still probably going to be a pretty nice house.
And location.
Absolutely.
You can sell that worst house in the fancy neighborhood for much more than you can sell the best house in a bad neighborhood.
Absolutely.
So that's the easy question. Would you rather be a member of the Kardashian family or a member of the Obama family? That's really stupid, the Kardashian family. Because you know how much they're all worth? I mean, Obama's probably worth a lot, but like, his family's not worth that much. The Kardashian family, they're all worth at least $10 million.
Dozens of dollars.
I mean, at least $6.
It's got to be. Yeah, the Kardashians.
Obama.
The Kardashian family is definitely worth more than the Obama family.
So, I mean, that's an easy question, too. Would you rather live in the White House or the Buckingham Palace? So, now hear me out. I am an American patriot, but this son of a bitch right here is 210,000 square foot.
You just pulled that fact straight out of thin air.
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed with that.
Yeah, I think it's the largest house in the world. We're just going to fact check that. I'm acting too smart.
Biltmore isn't the...
No.
It's not? Is it really? Huh. Ah, 79. Perfect. That is just what we're looking for.
Oh, sorry. Floor space.
Oh, God, dude, you were...
828,000 square foot.
Wow.
I was off by 600,000.
You were off by
So here's what it's in here. 19 staterooms, 52 royal and guest bedrooms, 92 offices, 78 baths.
We forgot 188 staff bedrooms.
Oh, my sincere apologies.
Dude, it said 775 rooms. That's nice.
The building is 108 meters long across the front, 120 meters deep, and 24 meters high. Let's see. Let's see what's all in this palace. See if it doesn't tell us. Oh, well, that's not going to tell us a damn thing. Yep, the title of the world's largest place.
Started construction in 2000 BC. They're old.
You know what? No, we're getting too smart for this channel. Let's just remember that we only have 53 combined views, and let's just get back to the stupid questions. Let's not act like we're smart here. Okay. Yep. So here's a good question. Would you rather diarrhea during your wedding ceremony or on your wedding night? Or would you rather have diarrhea? So
I'd rather just have diarrhea.
Can I just have it at both?
No, in all seriousness, probably my wedding night. I would hate, because that's only in front of your
Now
new
hear me out.
spouse.
Diarrhea is hard to hold in, but it's doable.
It's doable. Like I've done it before. Last night, I couldn't hold it in. That's why we had to go.
So, with diarrhea, you can hold that son bitch in. Okay. So I'm going to have to say during your wedding ceremony, because A real wedding ceremony only lasts about 45 to an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a long one.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are pretty quick. So I think I can hold that diarrhea in for 45 to an hour. But your whole entire wedding night? The whole entire night of your wedding?
But you could just scoot in there. You could just scoot to the bathroom real quickly and drop that load. Drop that 2 in the toilet and, you're just be on with your festivities.
Your now wife is going to be laying there naked and you're going to be like, I've got to go drop a Tooski.
Just give me the second to explain. In maybe 10 or 15 minutes.
I mean... Yeah, you want me to pound that shit? Yeah, I want you to pound that shit.
I think I just passed a pearl.
Oh, I'm gonna go have to pound that toilet. You're gonna come. Honestly, on your wedding night, you can probably be done with the sex in 2 seconds, and then go drop it.
It depends on if you're a virgin.
No,
it depends on your virgin status.
Not even virgin status. Some people just can't last long.
Yeah.
10 to 15 pumps, and it's night time.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna bang you so hard. Are you really? Or are you just lying to me that time? Oh, I'm lying. Oh, good night.
Oh, I'm lying.
Good night.
Oh, boy, I am just tuckered out.
How about you go get Daddy a cup of water? Daddy is parched.
Sandwich.
Maybe sandwich. Don't put no damn mustard on that sandwich.
I don't want no damn mayonnaise on it. I better not come back and see Satan's load on my sandwich now. Make it a bologna. I want the crust cut off. Because we cutting.
Oh, God. Go make Daddy a sandwich.
On your wedding night.
You pounded it for 10 to 15 seconds and you respond with a kiss on the forehead. All right, sweetheart, go make Daddy a sandwich.
You just start listing off her order. Like she's taking her order.
I'll take 2 cheeseburgers and a large fry. I want a conked drink. Don't you dare try to trick me into thinking we got Pepsi.
What, babe? What did you say? The sandwich isn't going to make itself.
Oh, God. Go make Daddy a sandwich.
Go make Daddy a sandwich.
Go make Daddy a meatloaf.
Okay, so that's the part where you can drop that too. You can drop that too while she's in there.
Because let's be real here. It's going to take her longer to make that sandwich than it did for you to bust. So
for sure.
You can go drop that. If it's diarrhea, it's going to be like... You can go diarrhea in the toilet.
Bus, sandwich, diarrhea.
How about you go get Daddy some milk? How about you go get Daddy some Milk and Mag?
Maybe one of them anti-diarrhea pills in there while you're at it.
We got the anti-diarrhea, sweetie. Yeah, we do. It's some in the cabinet. Well, it's not going to go get itself, is it? See, now that's my food cabinet.
This is my food cabinet. Got a lot of peanut butter.
That's what do I.
Yeah.
Where do you keep your pots and pans?
Pots are down. Nope. Pots are right here.
Oh, you only have 2 pans?
Just one pan and one pot.
You have a stir-fry pan.
I do have a stir-fry pan, yeah.
Are you an egg man?
An egg man?
Yes.
Yeah, I can handle eggs, not in a large capacity, though.
Oh, you don't eat breakfast anyway? I don't know.
No, I'm never up that time of day. I love breakfast food. I'm just never up at the proper time to eat it.
No shit. Oh, damn, it's already 12:30. Done miss breakfast. Go make Daddy a sandwich. Daddy's starving, darling. Why don't you go make Daddy a sandwich?
I am parched. I was actually looking for anti-diarrheal. I thought I had some.
I know I have some. For sure.
Oh, no, it's definitely out there. I don't feel like digging for it. I just keep the stuff that I use frequently out of the box so I don't have to fight for it.
As you should.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I don't like digging around.
All right, so there's only 70 questions, so we're getting towards the end. Let's go ahead and just finish this shit. But these last...
Fucking 56!
Yeah, I was going to say... These last few are bangers, so we're not going to be able to skip many of these.
We're getting to the meat of these questions.
Okay, so would you rather live your life over as the opposite gender or start your life over as a kid again?
I'm starting a kid again.
As a kid again?
Absolutely. I would want to be a kid.
I would want to be a kid knowing what I know now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'd be way more...
That my dick can, in fact, not fit in the blender.
I was going to say we could be 1 and 2, respectively, in the... We could congratulate...
We could congratulate...
We could congratulate each other as we make Daddy a sandwich.
Look, let's be real here, though. Now you were different, but you know my level of effort that I put into things. So do you really think I'm going to put in any more effort this time around?
But if you knew then, if you know now, if you knew then
If you
what
don't
you know now,
now you know. Explicative.
we got no time to hold them. I don't even know. No, but if you knew then what you knew now, if you went back to
I would
a
give
kid,
even less effort because I would just
Even
expect
less
myself to be able to know it on the fly.
that's a good point, because if you could do the same thing you could do and just end up right back in the same position if you did exactly what you did, but you would already have that knowledge with you, so you would dominate all of your exams and everything.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
school, you would blow through school. You might even
Maybe
end up at a major college, not a
mid-major.
Not a mid-major.
That's true. But yeah, definitely that's a dumb question.
Oh, yeah.
Why would I choose the opposite gender?
I mean,
I love women. And it says the opposite gender. There's more than just two genders. What about transgender? You can't. What's the opposite of transgender? Cisgender? That's just what you're born as. So then, that's a dumb question. This is obviously not with the times. Anyway, let's just move on from that horrible
yeah, I want to be a kid again.
Yeah. Would you rather have a 2-inch penis or man boobs? Now, hear me out. If I have man boobs, is my penis still the same size as it is now?
Yes.
Okay,
It
so
doesn't change.
I'm just going to take the 2-inch penis because I just wouldn't have man boobs because my penis is already 2 inches. The penis size isn't going to change. So basically, it's just the question is, do you want man boobs or not? I do not want man boobs. Okay. So that one's pretty easy. What about you? You want boobs?
I'll take the boobs.
Okay. All right, so this one's a real banger. Would you rather sit on a dick and eat a cake or sit on a cake and eat a dick?
Wait. You forgot. Would you rather sit on a dick and eat a cake up your butt?
Oh, wait a second. Wait, what? How am I eating a cake up my butt if I'm sitting on a dick? Because as a man, I only have one hole.
I'm confused by the question.
Let's just say, just omit the up your butt. Let's just say, would you rather sit on a dick and eat a cake through your mouth, or rather sit on a cake and eat a dick? Now, I don't know about you, but anal stimulation and cake sounds really good to me. So I'm going to sit on a dick and eat a cake. And you don't have to it doesn't have to go up your ass. It just says sit on it.
Sit on it.
So it
I could be
just
crushing it.
I could be fucking bending that shit. And just enjoying a cake.
That's right. This is good.
See, we're just so much smarter than these people.
I know.
Okay, would you rather pole dance naked for your parents or make out with them?
Oh, God. Put me up there on that pole.
My parents have seen me naked numerous times. That's just part of childhood.
Yeah, now it's just a more updated version, I suppose.
Now I'm just at my body that I'm okay with.
Put me up there on that pole.
I'm dancing because I'm not kissing my mom.
Oh, no.
Cheek kiss, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But mouth kiss, no.
No.
So that's a stupid question. And I can't even pole dance, so it'd just be really disappointing.
I'll do my best.
I'm not going to make any promises. I'll try.
I will try.
Okay, would you rather lick a stranger's condom or eat a handful of maggots out of a dead corpse? Now, it just says lick. I can lick the outside of the condom and get absolutely... It doesn't even say that it's been inside another person. I can lick the outside of a condom and get absolutely nothing but lube on my tongue.
Mm-hmm. You could, which leads me to pick that one, because I don't do insects.
And
man.
it's a dead corpse. So what if the cops show up? Then how are you going to explain it? It was a would you rather, and I had to do it.
Oh.
Yeah, tell that to the judge, buddy.
I know you're automatically suspect.
You're guilty by association.
Yeah, you're guilty by association.
And your DNA's all in their stomach because you're trying to grab a handful of maggots. So that's just a lose-lose.
Oh yeah.
Okay, would you rather die quickly or slowly but not painfully? So I can die slowly but not painfully.
Mm-hmm.
So my life just is longer.
Yeah.
So that's a dumb question.
I'll go with that one.
Stupid ass question. Yeah. Would you rather paint a wall with your face or your knees? I'm going to have to say my knees because my schnoz is really going to hurt if I just keep bashing up against the fucking wall. And I don't know if I'd like the feeling of paint on my nose.
I know you're just huffing paint all day at that point.
And your knee is pretty unsensitive.
I mean, your knee's gonna feel bad the next day.
I mean, you're gonna rub it raw, but
Oh, for sure.
I would rather rub my knee raw than my nose
my
raw.
nose, yeah, I agree.
So that's
I'm gonna have
pretty-
I'm gonna have to agree with you there.
Okay. Would you rather have a runny nose for the rest of your life or cough after every word?
I'm gonna
I
stick
want a
with the
runny,
runny
nose.
nose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean I can just clog the nose up with some toilet paper,
Oh yes, for sure.
and it's not gonna run no more. Would you rather have your brain transplanted into a robot's body or an animal's body of your choice? I don't know about you, but I'd rather have the robot's brain in my body than my brain in its body.
Yeah,
Because my brain in its body is just gonna be like a stupid ass robot.
I know.
I could be a smart ass human.
Yes.
But I'm gonna choose actually the animal's body. I'm gonna choose it just says,
Oh,
would
the
you rather have your brain transplanted into a robot's body or an animal's
or
body?
into an animal's body.
Because I could be an extremely smart animal.
You could control that pack.
I am dumb as a human, but as an animal, I'd be an extremely smart animal.
It would be an instant. Oh, I've got the hiccups.
Can you get
dude.
it together?
I'm sorry.
We're trying to make a podcast here.
Diarrhea again.
You're
No, I'm kidding.
just gonna have to squirt
Hopefully.
it. You're just gonna have to squirt it into your face.
Hopefully, I don't have. I mean, not yet. It didn't hit until about.
Oh, it ain't hitting yet.
It didn't hit till about 1:45 last night. So.
All right, so let's move on. So that was. Oh wait, animal's body. I'm gonna go with animal. What animal do you want to be?
For animal, for me, I'm gonna have to go with a snow leopard. Snow leopards are cool. It's one of my favorite animals.
Yeah,
Snow
I'll probably do
leopard.
like a cockroach or something. Maybe a walrus.
Walruses are cool. I vibe with a walrus.
Yeah. Okay, that was easy.
Chinchilla.
Would you rather sneeze all the time or have hiccups all the time? Sneeze. Because sneezing doesn't like. I know when a sneeze is coming. Okay, if I have a hiccup, it could just be random.
Mm-hmm. Those 2 hiccups I just had just now. Random. Yeah.
You didn't know they were coming. I mean,
But I hate the sneeze sensation though. Like
yes.
the build up to it. That's the only thing.
Well, it doesn't specify that it has the sensation.
So just a random sneeze.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
So that one's easy. So would you rather die by a zombie attack or a shark attack? Now hear me out. I'm gonna have to go with the shark.
Go with the shark.
Shark's a killing machine.
Mm-hmm.
It could just bite your head off and that's all. You're dead.
Look, if I lose to a zombie,
I mean, it's a zombie. It's not just gonna be able to bite straight through your bone.
it's dumb. First
It's
of all,
dumb. It's slow.
slow. So if you lose to a zombie, then I feel like that's just more embarrassing. Like, what human do you know is gonna go up and beat a shark 1-on-1, right? You know,
Maybe Mike Tyson.
maybe tight. I know one person.
Mm. Who?
Iguodala.
Mm. Yeah, Iguodala could probably kick a shark's ass. No,
Probably.
Iguodala could kick a shark's ass. Because if I look down my bench and he's there and I have to go 1-on-1 with the shark, I'm putting him in.
I'm putting him in. Absolutely.
But you know that's just a neither here nor there thing. You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just a situational thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna say shark attack. Would you rather always forget who you are or always forget who everyone else is?
I'm always disappointed with myself, so I'll go me.
Hmm.
Wake up. Well, I don't know.
Well, hear me out now. If you still know who yourself is, you will be able to see yourself in pictures with other people and realize that'd be really easy to get around. You can just wake up every morning, have flashcards for yourself, see a picture, and it'll tell you who it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you forget who everyone else is, you can be like, why the fuck do they have a picture with me in it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a whole lot easier to learn who everybody else is than it is to relearn who you are.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure that out.
I'm like 5'2", buck 5,
Have to.
buck and a nickel.
5'2", like $3.50.
5'2", got like 10 cents in my bank account. Any fat bitches want to hit me up?
Oh. Hit my line or DM me.
I got loud.
I got out.
I do not have loud. I actually don't have drugs. I'm very abstinent from drugs and alcohol.
My body's a temple.
Look, I am so fucking cheap with my money. I'm not spending my money on none of that shit.
Absolutely not.
Sorry, let's get off on a sidetrack. Let's continue. Speaking of drinking, would you rather be sober your whole entire life or show up to your kid's graduation completely pissed? So as somebody who's been living a fairly long time being sober, I'm just gonna say completely sober.
I'm gonna stay sober, even though I'm really tempted to show up to my kids' graduation completely pissed.
For shits and giggles, I would choose kids' graduation completely. That's my son. Yeah, Daniel. Sir, please be quiet up there. Fuck you.
That's your legs.
Up yours.
Sir, we'll need you to calm down.
Sweetheart, go make daddy's sandwich. Oh, sorry. That one's easy as well.
That's good.
Would you rather have to say all your sentences backwards or have to communicate through charades for a week? So all your sentences backwards for your life. So now is charades difficult? Yes. But like,
For
if
a
I
week-
look at
only a
you
week,
and I'm
though?
just like, that's food.
Yeah, I know exactly.
You want to go get food? Yeah. I mean, that's surf's up. You want to go to the beach and surf?
Can I kiss your
Your
abs?
abs? Yep. No, I knew where that one was going.
Throwback shout out jokers.
And I mean, if you won't fuck, you just look at somebody and you pelvic
You
thrust.
just sit there.
I mean, it would be really hard though if your significant other was not on birth control and you were trying to tell them that you were coming. I mean, you know what? No, would it? It'd just be throw them off. Throw them off, bust in your hand. That was easy.
Oh.
And it's
All
just
in
for
your
a whole
hand?
week.
Just for a week? Yeah, I could deal with that. I feel like that would actually be pretty fun.
All right, would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button in your life? So now, this is going to be unpopular, but I'm going to say pause button.
Pause.
Because if I pause it, only I can move, okay? That means that I can go up to all the pretty bitches and just unclothe them and then just put their clothes back on them. And they'd be confused. But they wouldn't know what's happening. They'd just be like, why is my bra strap slightly off from where it was just 1 millisecond ago? I'm like, that's weird. But if I have a rewind button, I'm still going to be a rapist, even when I rewind it. Like, I'm just going to rewind it, or I could just go for it. But then I'd meet, like, they would try to fight it. So then it's no guarantee that you're going to be able to get their clothes off.
I feel like there are situations in when both could be useful, but I'm going to have to...
Yeah, the inner perv in me wants the pause button.
Yeah. But I would say something like, time, when you hit pause and everything else around you stops.
You can live in your pause button infinitely.
Yes, and everything else around you stays the same, but time is still the same within you. So, like, I could hit pause right now and then go to sleep for 8 hours, my time, and then hit play, and it's still 1:13 a.m.
I could walk up to a teacher's desk, look at the exam answers.
Absolutely.
I'm taking pause button. As a rewind button, I'm still going to... I mean, I could still go see the answers, but then again, I can only rewind.
You can only rewind to see...
So, like, I still have to, like... I mean, I
feel
guess
like
it's pretty much the same thing.
a rewind button would be useful if, like, you're trying... If something really funny happened and you want to see it again, or there's a certain situation that you're trying to recall, and you can just go back to that period of time, like, you know...
I mean, they both have their advantages, but I'm going to say overall, I want a pause button.
Pause button for sure. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with that too.
All right, so we're getting right towards the end here. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck?
I'm going to say 100 duck-sized horses because I can just kick them in their face.
I mean, but they would still be pretty fast.
They would still be fast, but... You know,
And now think about it. 1 horse-sized duck. Okay?
Ducks are aggressive, though.
Yes, but hear me out. They do not have the capability of kicking you. The only thing they can do is peck you. Okay? So with 100 duck-sized horses, they can still kick the shite out of you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still going to have their leg power.
Not if I can kick them first.
But if 100 ducks run at you in a straight line, what are the odds that you can kick every single one of them? Or not straight line, like they are formation circle around you. What are the odds that you can kick every single one of them before they get to you? I'm saying slim to none.
Slim to none?
And then they're going to start nipping at your ankles, and you're going to go down.
Yeah.
Because even
What is
if
it?
you're... It's 100 duck-sized horses. So
100
even
ducks. So 100 horses about this size.
Yeah. So even if you're efficient and you kick 30 of them away, that's still 70 that are nipping at your ankles. Okay? But with 1 horse-sized duck, I can just go give that thing a mean right hook. I mean, let's be real here. Horses are big, but they're not that tall. I could go walk up and fucking Mike Tyson that horse.
You know, I've been around a lot of horses. Back at our times at the summer camp that
Mm-hmm.
you and I used to attend. Yeah, I've been around a few.
But
been
you
around
gotta
a
think,
few
it's just an
horses.
oversized duck. Why would I want to fight it?
A lot of times, I mean, ducks can be aggressive. I don't think as aggressive as
If you
geese
just
and
throw a
swans.
fucking piece of bird or a piece of bread on the ground, they're just gonna go after
They're
it.
just going to go after that, and they might even befriend you at that point. But I don't see, now that I think about it, I don't really see a situation in which I'm going to need to give a mean right hook to that horse-sized duck.
Mm-hmm. I've got to agree with you on
Yeah.
that one. I'm going with one horse-sized duck.
Mm.
I'm just gonna befriend it and be friends with it.
Just befriend it, because who wouldn't want a massive duck friend? That'd be,
Only
awesome.
psychopaths.
you could yeah.
So that one's
We're
easy as
insane.
well.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last one that we're gonna end on here because we've been going on forever. I mean, we're
Mother of
pushing
God.
we're pushing 2 hours.
2
at this
hours. If you have stayed on for this long,
point. God bless you,
God
and
bless you.
also ask God why He's doing this to you
Yeah.
and why He's allowing you to do this to yourself. But anyway, last question: would you rather be able to speak to animals or speak every language in the world?
I'll speak to animals.
It doesn't say that animals can speak back to you. It just says speak to animals. You can speak to animals now, but they can't speak back to you. You just can be like, "Hey, Mr. Ducky."
So this is part of this.
I need these questions to be more specific. I keep finding loopholes. That's what I always do.
Yeah. So I obviously know what this question is getting at, but if this was, I mean, obviously,
Mhm.
but if this were like a legal contract, what's written is what's written, you know?
And I mean,
like,
it says every language. Animals have their own language.
yeah.
I could speak the animal's language. That's a
Loophole.
loophole. So now I can not only speak to animals, but I can also speak every other language in the world.
You're right. So if we take this question for what it is, literally
Mm-hmm.
based off the language, I would have to say every language in the world
Mhm.
because, I mean, obviously it's implied speak to animals, it speaks to you back, but that's not what this question is saying.
Mm-mm.
Would you rather be able to speak to animals? I speak to animals.
It should be said, would you be able to carry conversations with animals?
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It just says speak. We can speak to animals now.
I speak to animals on an everyday basis.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
No, well, I take not every day.
Nope. What's said's been said.
What- This will not be edited.
Oh no.
2 hours.
This is
of
a
editing?
one taker.
I'm
just gonna as soon as we quit this, just gonna title it, upload it tomorrow.
Oh, for sure. This will be episode 3. Episode 3.
Yeah, 3.
Dang, 3 episodes already.
And we still aren't even happy with ourselves yet. Let's see. Still not another view. 53 total views, but that's okay.
We're getting there.
Let's see.
Hey, 100% likes though.
That's what you really want to see.
That's what we really want to see.
Let's see. View channel. We still got 6 subscribers. That's what you like to see right there.
Yeah, we can deal with that.
I'm okay with that. You know, everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're just starting from the bottom of the barrel. But
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, so anyway, so that's been just the most ridiculous would you rather questions. And I mean, I hope you've enjoyed, but we all know that you haven't.
As
so,
much as a hoot as it has been for me.
It's been a hoot and a giggle for us.
It's been a hoot and a giggle.
But you know, I've just looked at the clock and it says that you've been listening to this podcast for way too damn long.
Get a life.
Get a life. Find somebody that you love, that you like to spend time with, and spend time with them instead of listening to this podcast. But anyway, for myself and my co-host, thanks for listening, and we sincerely apologize for wasting 2 hours of your time. And remember, if your expectations are realistic for this podcast, you'll only be disappointed about half the time.
Peace.
Bye.